So as you know, SCORE has been engaged in apprenticeships for a long number of years, and we've learned a lot of things through the application of that learning process, and we've tried to optimise moving forward. Fundamentally, I think the future-proofing of our valve industry engineering pool comes from three core elements. And those core elements are recruitment, retraining, and retention. So the 3 R's, not in the traditional 3 R's way, but a new 3 R's. So in terms of recruitment, we are in a competition, we're a competitive environment with all other industries. Gaming industries are very popular amongst school children. We have to think about how we build that enjoyment and engagement into what we do in our valve industry. So things like VR suites, things like digital transitions, where we can engage with that artificial intelligence mode. Lots of data-driven engagement, but also in terms of the school pupils, there's a high level of consciousness about the environment. And so in the valve industry, we can make a massive impact in the environment. And that's obviously part of the business that I'm involved in within the SCORE group. So it's about connecting the outcomes with the possible career trajectories that, showing those young people what journey they could be on and what impact they could make at the end of that. So engaging with all those bright minds when they're fresh, when they're a blank canvas to paint a picture on is very important. So investment in development programs, initiatives, science projects. We involve ourselves with girls in industry, girls in engineering. We take an active part in the school visits, and we do a lot of work to try and stimulate that discussion at school level about what we do as a business, what the valve industry delivers. And so it's a kind of join the dots exercise. That takes us on to the next level, which is the retraining. And I've very specifically called it retraining because the learning experience at school, when you leave to go and do your apprenticeship, is completely different from what you do once you actually get into employment land. And so what we do is we actively engage with those young people. We show them at the front end, this is what you're going to be involved in. This is why you're doing it. So give them a purpose to do that learning exercise and engage with it. But also make sure that the infrastructure that they're going into is well prepared, well designed, well developed. So we work closely with education providers. So we engage on a governance and management level in our local private training provider who effectively does that first year off-the-job training, basic engineering skills. We also engage on the college sector by having a seat on the board, helping them with governance issues. So it's not just about investing cash into these education programs, it's about making sure they're designed correctly, supported correctly, and fit for purpose. So again, working with those education establishments, we can make sure all those things happen at the right time so that the learner journey is properly mapped out and everyone sees what direction of travel they're going in. So the third thing that I spoke about, the third R, is effectively retention. So getting the raw product in, making sure they understand what they need to be doing at any one point in time, how they can advance their career and going in the right trajectory. We also have to do the work to make sure they stay in the valve industry. And again, we're in a competitive environment there because engineers have lots of things that they can focus on. So what makes the valve industry exciting? What are the challenges? If we can identify those challenges, we can then connect them to opportunities, because I firmly believe that the biggest thing that we can offer in terms of retention is to create the opportunities for engineers to apply their learned skills and talent. And as long as we're creating that environment, they will have something to focus on, they'll have something to engage their grey matter on, but that will also drive their return on their investment as well. So the things like what you're earning, you know, what respect you have in your community of engineers, you know, these are all things that are part of the process, but the key thing to driving all that is to create the opportunities in the first place. So we have to be a constantly moving environment. We're hearing about lots of things in the industry, from energy transition, from emissions reduction. Part of what we're passionate about is intelligent valve management, so that data set, that digitalisation. There has never been a better time to join the valve industry. We're proud members of the BVAA, and we want to continue help and support every learner on that journey and everyone who's already in the business to make sure that we continue to grow the valve industry in the UK and champion the cause moving forward for all process industries to be optimised.